Most managers yell, criticize, and kill motivation. But what if you could correct mistakes, motivate your team, and have your employees respect you at the same time? My name is Martin, co-founder of B9, and over the last 3 years of running an OnlyFans agency and managing a team of 30 plus employees, I learned valuable leadership lessons that I'm going to share with you today. In addition to that, I'll share the 3 main motivation drivers and when to fire or give a raise. I want to talk about a book that I read some time ago, and it's How to Win Friends and Influence People, written by Dale Carnegie. The things that stuck with me the most were all on the topic on how to correct a behavior. And let me give you an example of when you order someone to do something, when you yell at him. So imagine like when you were young and your dad or mom stormed into your room and started yelling that you have to clean your room. Even if you had the intention to clean your room before they stormed in, you were now thinking in your head like, I'm not cleaning my room just because they came in and start yelling at me. Like you have that little bit of resistance in your mind, right? Because they came in and yelled. Like we all know, we all cleaned our rooms afterwards, but the resistance was still there. And we can take this concept to business, right? It's never good to just order someone and yell at them, right? It's often it doesn't result good. It's better to talk in terms of other people's interest. So, for example, you have a chatting manager that earns a commission of the other chatters' earnings. So you could say to him, if the chatters earn more, you earn more, right? So it's in his best interest that they do. And you can tell him, I would look at Brian's chats and look at his custom setups because I think he can improve on that. And if he improves on that, it's instantly $500 plus, and you get, I don't know, 5%, for example, for that. So you earn because you helped him with that. And it gives him an incentive to help Brian more, right? Instead of just, what's Brian doing? Go help him. You're the chatting manager. What are you doing? Like, which is the better option? You can decide for yourself. Another one is beginning with a praise and honest appreciation. So, for example, if a chatter messed up with setting up a PPV, you could say, I see what you're trying to do here, and I appreciate the effort you put in trying something different, but the systems we have in place have been tested thousands of times and are working. So I would just use the PPV setup that we have set for this model. And yeah, you begin with a praise and appreciation, and you just let him know like the PPV setup that we have is working, and use that one. Third one is talking about your own mistakes before criticizing someone else. So if you're again talking to a chatter and he's slow at replying and missing out on PPVs, you can say like, back in the day when I was chatting, I know it was overwhelming. I had like hundreds of messages. I didn't know who to reply to, but follow the procedure. See who's the most important, who's the priority, and reply to them first. So if you're in a sexting session with a fan, reply to him first so you don't miss out on sales. I know it can be hard in the beginning, but you're gonna learn as you go and be faster. The last and probably the most important tip I learned from the book is to give the employee a reputation to live up to. So, for example, if your VA was late with the reports for the last 2 days, instead of just telling him like, you're late with your reports this week, don't mess it up today or I'll fire you. Instead, you can say, I noticed that you were late with your reports these last 2 days. And I've always seen you as someone I can rely on with timely reports. I know you do a great job today. Good luck on your shift. So it basically, as I said, it gives him a reputation to live up to. So he thinks like he's always seen me as someone he can rely on. I won't mess it up because I have this reputation and I want to live up to it. Okay, moving on to three main drivers when it comes to motivation. Keeping your employees motivated is really important, and different people are motivated by different things. The first driver is reward. So people being motivated by rewards. This is why it's a good thing to have weekly or monthly bonuses inside your company. So for example, if you earn an X amount of dollars, you will get an X amount of dollars added to your paycheck. The second driver is competition. So people being motivated by being better than other people. Now for this, you can have a weekly leaderboard. So just having a leaderboard of showing the best salespeople and how much they earned so they can compete amongst each other. Of course, have it somewhere where everyone can see it. Now, the last driver is recognition. So this is when you praise someone in front of the whole team. And this is why when someone does something good or overachieves, you always praise them publicly. So in the community group, you tell everybody that that person did a good job. But you never criticize publicly. You always criticize privately because that brings down motivation. Work on these three drivers and I assure you the motivation inside your team will go up. When it comes to firing an employee, you want to fire those who slack off, those who don't do the work, those who don't bring in the results, because they will bring the rest of the team down. I'm not saying you should fire a new employee that doesn't bring in results, because that means that he didn't learn. You have to give them a chance to learn. But if they are not willing to learn, for example, and if you told him something a bunch of times and he's still repeating the same mistake, that means that he is unable to learn, and that's a sign that you should fire someone. And also constantly late to shifts, not being active, not replying while he's on shift, and a bunch of other reasons. When you hire and fire a lot of employees, you will get an idea of who is slacking off and who is really good. So on the other hand, giving raises, you will see who is good, who overachieves, who puts in the effort, right? It's not hard to spot, believe me. You'll see. And you want to give raises to these people and also give them opportunities for higher ranking spots if you need them and if you have them available, because those are the ones that are going to perform the best. If you like this video and want to learn more about OnlyFans management, make sure to check the first link in the description for a completely free Telegram channel where we post educational content weekly. And if you're a model or a chatter looking to work with a professional team that values your work, links to apply are right below that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.